being here today. As you can see, anyone that's been to a wedding, you've seen the bride's mother and the groom's mother. They're always so happy that they're crying. Well, obviously, Mother Nature's very happy today, too. So, without any further delay, I'd like to introduce my son, who I'm very proud of. His name is Matthew Flynn.
Thank you. My friends, I would first like to thank you all for attending. We're all aware of the significance of this day. One man had a dream that was contrary to the status quo of his times. His dream was to end racial segregation and inequality. He presented a dream in front of the Lincoln Memorial that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. His dream was seen as impossible, and many said it would never come true. Less than 50 years later, that dream became a reality. We stand here as citizens of the greatest nation in the world, and at the head of our table resides an African-American president. Impossible dreams do come true when we stand together. I've asked you here today to join me in a dream for our future. I have a dream that in St. Lawrence County, residents will no longer be forced to leave the county to find jobs. I have a dream that families will grow up with their children and grandchildren without having to fly to another state just to see them. I have a dream that our residents will be able to stay in their St. Lawrence County homes and raise a family. Let us dream of living in a county that has an abundance of jobs available for both skilled laborers and college graduates. Our dream that St. Lawrence County will stop exporting her greatest resource, and our families will be able to stay in this great place we call home. And it's because of this dream that I stand before you here today to announce my candidacy for the St. Lawrence County Legislature, District 8. I recognize there's a certain presumptuousness, a certain audacity to this announcement. I know there are concerns that I have not spent a lot of time in government, but I've lived here long enough to know that we need a change in our county government. If you will share this dream with me, I have the skills and passion necessary to make our dream become a reality. That's what Dr. King understood. He had his doubts. He had his defeats. He had his setbacks. But through his will and his words, he moved a nation and helped give people equality. It is because of those that rallied to his cause that we are no longer divided by color. It is because of men and women of every race, from every walk of life, continued to march for freedom long after King was laid to rest, that today we have a chance to face the challenge of this millennium as one people, as Americans. Like Dr. King's dream, dreams are not easy to accomplish. They will require many difficult decisions to be made by our county legislature. The legislature, now more than ever, needs to hold the line and cut spending. In order to bring jobs to the county, it is necessary to create an environment conducive to the expansion and development of both business and industry. New Yorkers are facing difficult times during the current economic downturn. In no place is this truth more evident than here in St. Lawrence County. The burden of taxes are felt by all residents. During the fiscal year between 2009 and 2010, St. Lawrence County property revenue tax increased almost $3 million. And some were still discussing a sales tax increase to generate more revenue. As a conservative Republican, the last thing I want to do is make financially irresponsible decisions that will increase the tax burden being placed on those that choose to call St. Lawrence County home. As previously stated by the Real Property Department, if we continue to increasingly pump water from the well of prosperity, make no mistake about it, my friends, the well will run dry. As legislator, I will be your voice of reason. I will be the voice heard across this county. The voice that says, when no one else will, no more tax increases. My friends, I would again like to thank you for joining me in this special moment. The road ahead will be tough, but the alternatives are that we accept the status quo and accept things as they are now. We've all heard talk about change. As a man of my word, I promise to all of you here today that as legislator, I will work to bring change that everyone in this great county can believe in. Thank you, and may the grace of God be on all of us here today. Any questions?
So are you saying you would vote against the sales tax increase?
As I said before, I am a conservative Republican. The last thing I would like to do is to increase the burden being placed on those that choose to call St. Lawrence County home. So yes, that would include that I am opposed to the sales tax increase. However, I understand that under some situations, it may be necessary. I know in the recent situation, I did not foresee it as being a necessary remedy to the problem that was created by an oversized government and overspending.
Do you have any ideas where you think spending could be cut?
I've been working with my committee throughout the past weeks, and we have highlighted several parts of the county budget where spending can be cut and where we can work to eliminate spending and which would work towards balancing a budget. As the campaign continues, we will release these specific highlighted items. However, we're real early in the campaign right here, and we will release that information later on. Mark?
How do you propose to reconcile the increases in entitlement spending with your plans to not raise taxes at all?
Wait, what was the question?
How do you propose to reconcile increases in entitlement spending if you're not going to raise taxes at all?
Well, like I said, I've been working with my committee for a long time now, and we have that issue has came up, and we have discussed it. And as the campaign continues, and as we get closer to the primary and general election, we will release our plans, and we will discuss that. Anyone else? All right. Well, thank you, and thank you all for attending. It really means a lot to me.
I already asked him earlier, and he brought it up about
Yeah, I heard.